Welcome to my world. Welcome to my world. All right. Tell me, people, how's the stream looking now? We won't know if we have car sounds till the race actually begins. But let's test the lag and my sound, how I sound for now. Hotel Trivago. That's the ad I'm getting. All right, let's see. I think Yeah, I think we're better now when it comes to lag. It's quite clear on my screen. So now the only question is, do we have the sound of the cars? Let's look at the strategy these drivers are doing. Batman is going to start on the hards, mediums for WBA. Okay, mediums for Batman now as he's changed it. I believe some of these drivers are just putting hard tires to confuse the rest. Because remember yesterday at Tier 2, a lot of them had those soft tires at the start. Then they started changing it as the timer was ticking down. So I feel like some people know that they're being watched on Race Director, and they're just removing, showing the wrong strategy, so everyone else could be confused till the last moment. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't really work because no one is actually looking. Please confirm in the chat if you guys are getting any more lag. Like if to find out if you're still getting lag, look at the fans up there. Are they moving like properly? Do you have any issues where they're moving? Are they moving smoothly? Are they lagging for you? If they're moving smoothly, then we think we'll be fine. I'm getting my connection is quite strong on the OBS. 'Cause OBS does show you your connection. It's showing full bars green, and it's also showing that it's taking 58% of my CPU processing power. But everything else, every other app is closed right now, so that's enough processing power it needs. I don't think it needs any more. I don't think I have any other app open yet. I don't have any other app open. Yep, just OBS. So shouldn't be lagging. When you have many apps open and with OBS, it lags a lot. So OBS basically taking more than 50% of my processing power right now. So it should be good. But please confirm in the chat that you guys aren't lagging anymore. Confirm, confirm, confirm. Film's good. Yeah, yeah. Just look at the fans up there. If they look smooth, then you'll be alright. What time are we going? Let me see. Well, yesterday I didn't even know what time we're going. I was looking down on my phone when the timer just started. The lights started going out. Let me make sure that I know this time because I want to also check something else. Where's the lounge? There we go. We're going at 30, so we should be going now. Ready, good luck. Immediately we go, guys. Tell me if you hear the sounds of the cars. If you don't, then sorry for you. Here we go. 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And it's lights out, foot to the floor, and go in the penultimate round in tier 3 for the penultimate week. WBA, what's a good start? Batman is going to try and take the outside line. A little bit of ghosting from a bunch of drivers there. A bit of lag from a bunch of drivers. But he's going off track, the Ferrari, and Batman is going to take advantage of that and take the lead of the race. Adam the Sweet is also going to get by the Ferrari. He's losing a bunch of places now. That's going to see him drop back right in front of 50 Gent. Will 50 Gent also take the advantage on the inside? Don't make contact with the Red Bull. Nice and clean from 50 Gent. He keeps his place. Any other place in Mohalba, Kez and Shazam are going to be squabbling at it there. Who is going to come ahead of in this one? Shazam gets ahead of 1, 2, 3 drivers around the outside for the Red Bull. Clears both Alpine. And it's a good start from tier 3 here, considering it's Monza as the Aston Martin and the McLaren are going to go off there. Angry Badger almost going into the back of the driver in front of him. But we can go on now. Batman leads the way in front of Adam Disree. Let's see their strategies here now as the tires are on. And it's mostly mediums, but we have hards on Toborito, hards for Shazam, Iron Shane, Wacky Racer, Pot Wash, Angry Badger, but Cowley is on soft tires, but he's all the way 17 seconds at the back. What happened to Mr. Cowley? Something must have happened to him, but Batman is going to leave the way. They're going to try and pull away from the other drivers behind them, but Adam the Sweet wants the lead of the race before even DRS is activated. The Haas heads to the front. And that is exactly what he needs. Toberito on those hard tires in a prime position to set himself up to start making moves on the drivers in front when his tires start to get better than them in 6 laps time. But he needs to make sure that he keeps the drivers behind him till that time comes. It's 27 laps to go in this one. Are they going to do the one stop or the two stop? I believe that some of them probably can't do the one stop depending on how much tire wear you get. But Adam the Sweet struggling there. Batman will look for it down the inside. Probably not the best place to go for a move from Batman. But if there's one thing we know about this guy, it's that he goes for moves in places that you do not expect. Sometimes can pull a driver off his line. That could help sometimes. But somewhere in his, as Cowley is done with the race, he has retired. I believe that he was just trying to save his engine pen and retire from the race, just so that he can have it set for the season. I don't think Cowley is interested in racing anymore. Or maybe something happened, I'm not sure. Maybe his wheel disconnected, but we'll find out what happens. As Batman now will have the DRS on Adam the Sweet in front, and he definitely will try to get the move done because he's going to have pressure from the Williams behind. Easy close enough this time with 6 tenths behind Adam the Sweet. He could take the fastest lap. Piggy takes it back. Batman is going to be gaining on the Haas. Will he pick the inside? He's going to go around the outside. Cowley's car is out there. A little bit of confusion for them. Batman will try around the outside of Adam the Sweet. Can he complete the move? They are wheel to wheel, making a bit of contact. Adam the Sweet will get that momentum, but Toberito now will get ahead of Batman. Also, Piggy will get ahead of Batman in that one. The contact made through Batman's exit out, and he's now lost 2 places to the Williams and the Mercedes. He's going to the back of the Mercedes there, and he has to take avoiding action. That's going to lose him even more time as the Red Bull is trying to go around the outside, but nothing doing. Rotty can't complete that move on Batman, and now he's lost that DRS to the drivers in front, and that is going to set him up for issues now. And he's getting even worse and worse for the Kick Sauber team. Even the drivers that you expect to be at the front are not having the best week for the green outfit, as Rotty is looking for a move down the inside, but probably not the best place to go for a move. Batman is going to have to try to catch back up to the drivers in front, but that's going to be very difficult when you have the DRS on the drivers behind you attacking. Rotty wants a move going into the parabolic car. He's going to put his car on the inside to throw off Batman's exit. Batman is not going to get the DRS. He's going to be under pressure now from Rotty and WBA. WBA is going to get by Rotty here, who tried to move on Batman and went off the ideal line. Batman now is going to stay ahead of them, using all his ERS to try and do so. They're going to try it down the inside. Look at 50 Gen go as he clears 2 cars going into that corner. But he's going to make contact with the Ferrari. The Ferrari there trying to force his car through, but that is not going to work. 50 Gen up to P5. And he's doing what 50 Gent always does. Now going to put pressure on the Kick Sauber exactly where he wants to be for himself and for his team. Batman under a lot of pressure after making that mistake. And he's definitely going to have to push to get back to the drivers in front. But this is beautiful racing from the Tier 3. Say, what a shame. What are you saying what a shame for? Is it the sound? Is it the sound of the cars? Or what are we talking about? Can you guys hear the cars? But Batman now is catching back up to them. He has the pace to catch back up to them, but he needs to not make mistakes, especially on a track like Monza, where if you don't have the DRS on the drivers behind you, it's quite difficult to keep them behind unless you have a big enough buffer to them. But Batman now It's far enough from 50 Gen to keep him behind on this lap, I believe. And we'll see. Depends on their exit coming into and out of this corner. A little bit of a slide from Batman, little bit of a slide from 50 Gen 2, as they are going very wide in that corner to get their as good an exit as they can. Piggy is now 5 tenths behind Toberito, who has lost that DRS. Shazam and Rotty switching places now, the Red Bull, as Wacky Racer has overtaken Porodan for the top 10 position. Oh, I thought the Alpine was going to the back of someone there. But Batman now still 2 seconds behind Mr. Piggy. He's going to push now 1.9. I believe he will catch them sooner or later. 50 Gento is not going to lose him. He's going to stay close to him. WBA is going to put pressure on 50 Gen. The Ferrari and the Visas are definitely going to be fighting here. Oh my God, it goes into the back of 50. Please, please don't DNF 50. Even if I'm their rivals, I don't want to see him DNF. Let's keep going as the Ferrari is now going to set up the move. He has made 50 Gen lose the DRS to Batman in front, I believe. Has he? No, he's not. So he's still holding on to Batman. Batman now 1.7 seconds behind Mr. Piggy. He's slowly catching back up to them, but all this time that he's using to catch up back up to them is time that his tires are absolutely being torn up. And now the race win is getting further and further away from his hand. But now he's in that DRS. He will get the DRS on Mr. Piggy in front, or will he? He didn't get into the 1 second buffer, but Piggy has fallen out of the top too. Toberito is in a good place to finish on the podium here, but with the 3 second penalty that he's gotten, that's going to make it a bit difficult for him. But we'll see what he can do. Mr. Batman now is going to have to set a move on Mr. Piggy, his championship contender, the championship leader, right behind man in P2 in the championship, Mr. Piggy. And this is going to be interesting. Porodan gets back in front of the Alpine of Wacky Racer. Wacky looking for the move down the inside, but he knows there's no place to make that move as the Mercedes will clear him, but he loses the back end slightly there. That will give the momentum to the Alpine, but the Alpine doesn't seem close enough to be able to make the move. We're heading to the front now. The Alpine of Iron Shindo, very close to Slater, to the Red Bull here. Looked for it, couldn't get it. Shazam in front of his teammate goes on the gravel. His teammate is going to go on the inside and take that place from Shazam with the medium tires. He goes up to P7. Batman now right behind Mr. Piggy and can finally use that DRS to slide past the Mercedes. Can he make it clean? The Mercedes, where is he going to pick? The inside, the outside line. What line does he decide to defend Batman? So he gives him the inside line. Batman will get ahead of the Mercedes. He climbs that corner. That's definitely going to give him a warning. But the momentum, the swing, is back on Batman's side now as he's going to chase down Toberito next. Then it's going to be Adam C. Toberito now, though, is in a prime position because his hard tires are really strong. Are going to be strong now on lap 6. This is the moment that Toberito's tire is going to be better than Adam the Sweet in front. So he will need to take advantage of that as Mr. Piggy has the DRS behind Batman, but he's not going to be close enough this time around of Toberito to Batman. So see 50 Gen still in a great position here, holding his place, doing a good job to do so as the Ferrari almost goes into the back of him once again. And it's Ferrari and Visa RB. 3 second penalty for cutting a corner there for the Ferrari. And it's crazy stuff. I believe he probably can appeal that. We'll see. I think one of those type of corner cutting, I believe you can appeal it because you're not gaining any time. And this game just gives you that ridiculous 3 second penalty. If I'm being real, if stewards are the ones judging that, they're not going to give you a 3 second penalty for that. Mistimed your braking zone. You just decided to go off instead of running to the driver in front of you. Lost a lot of time. I get 3 seconds. It's pointless getting that 3 seconds. But Batman now is still trying to chase down Toberito. Piggy is doing a good job to keep him close. But 50 Gen does need Piggy to make sure that he keeps in that DRS of Batman, because if he falls out of that DRS, they're going to be under pressure from WBA behind. But 50 Gen looks like he might be able to secure a top 6 in this race, certainly, because Shazam is 4 seconds behind the top 6. And it looks like this is their own group. Batman now 1.4 seconds behind Toberito, slowly catching him, but Toberito's tires are going to be better than the drivers around him, so it's going to be very difficult for Batman to do so. Piggy now with that DRS on Batman in front, who is low on the ERS. Will Piggy use everything he's got to try and make the move here? No, he's not. 50 Gen going into the pits. Ellie, okay, he's doing a 2-stop, 50 Gen. It looks like he's going to go for a 2-stop. Yeah, the Visa RB boys in chat are afraid that WB is about to kill their driver. It looks like he'll be going for a 2-stop. It's going to be hard on the car of 50 Gen. He's going to go for another set of mediums, definitely, at the end, because these hards are not going to the end for sure. Those hards are not going to the end. But we'll see if the others will do the one stop. If you can do about, I believe it's about lap 14, 13, 14 laps. I think it's 13, 14 laps. No, actually, 12 laps on the mediums. You'll be fine and be able to do the rest on the hards. Like, that's what I did in Monza. Just do 12 laps on the mediums. But we'll see what if 50 gen strategy is going to work to perfection, or if the two-stop strategy for the Visa RB might not be the one to go with. He might just be doing the one stop though. 8 laps is done already, so it's just 19 laps that he has to do on the hards. So he might just be going for the undercut. It is Monza, mostly straight line speed, but we'll see what happens for the strategy here. This is very interesting to see. 50 Gens has only driver into the pits now. Has Batman caught up to Toborito? Is very close now. 1 second behind him. He's now going to use all the ERS he's got to try and sling into that slipstream of the Williams in front. And he's falling off Adam the Street. Adam the Street controlling this race, looking like the one that will grab the race win here. But you can never rule out Batman as WBA has come into the pits now. He's going for hard tires on his Ferrari. Will he go to the end? I want to know if these guys are going to go to the end on these tires or they are doing the two stop. And we'll see Batman. Oh, they're wheel to wheel now. The Ferrari and the Alpine of Slater and Wacky Racer. But Wacky Racer will stay ahead. Kesinator in P12 as his 50 gen will get past WBA 2.7 seconds now. That shows you how strong that undercut was, because WBA was just right behind 50 gens when he did go into the pit. That's 4 seconds. The undercut is very, very strong on those tires. But we'll see if these drivers can do 4 more laps on their mediums. If you can do 4 more laps on your mediums, you're in the right position. To me, what I'll say is just keep driving the mediums till you get the red tire warning. Maybe you get the red tire warning, go into the pits. That way you'll be able to take the hards to the end. That's the way to do it here. And we'll see exactly what they do. Who will go into the pit? Are they going for the two stop? Batman still hasn't gotten into the DRS of Toborito in front. And now Piggy is closer to Batman than he's ever been in the last few laps. He has the ERS. Batman also has the ERS, but does Piggy have the advantage with that DRS to get past the Visa RB as they head down to turn 1? Doesn't look like he will do so. Doesn't look like he is close enough. Adam the Sweet leading this way, 2.2 seconds down ahead of Toborito. But Toborito is now starting to gain on Adam the Sweet with those hard tires, and they have done 10 laps now. So definitely these drivers are going for the one stop. Most of them might go for the one stop, even 50 Gent and WBA, who went quite early. I believe they really want that undercut, which could work to perfection or could mess up their races going for an early pit stop. But we will see exactly what happens here. Adam the Sweet still doing a good job to keep Toborito away from him, even on those hard tires. But you see that they're starting to struggle for sure. Piggy now right behind Batman, but not the best exit coming out of that corner, and can't clear Batman as they head down the straight here. But we'll have an opportunity as they go to turn 1. 2.5 seconds now that Batman has fallen off Toborito. So that will definitely be the end of his chase of the Williams driver in front. But we'll see when they start to go into the pit exactly what their strategies are going to be. Piggy now setting himself up perfectly to get by the Visa RB of Batman. And this time around, definitely he's going to get the move done and move up to the podium positions. Toborito now are still out there. Adam the Sweet still out there. And they are definitely going to be extending. Is Batman going into the pit? It looks like he's going to do so. Batman into the pit for the kick Sauber. Nice and slow. Doesn't get an 10-second penalty. He's going to take the hards to the end. Like I said, it's going to be lap 12 if you want to take the hards to the end to the perfect position. The likes of 50 Gent and WBA will get past Batman for sure as he comes out of the pit. But their tires are going to be really weak at the end of the Grand Prix, and that will give the opportunity for the kick Sauber to set up his move as he's coming out of the pit. 50 Gent has gone by. WBA will also go by the kick Sauber as he comes out right behind the Ferrari. 50 Gent is in a good place now. That undercut working well for him, but can he extend his tires to the end? We will see. Adam the Sweet, one thing he's good for, he knows how to take care of tires. If you remember back at Mexico, when they raced at Mexico, everybody else did the two-stop, except from this man who took his hard tires 25 laps, I believe, which was an absolute feat, especially in a track like Mexico, where the tire wear is unbelievably high. But here we go now. Batman has come into the pit. He will be going to the end. 50 Gent with a strong undercut on him. Will he go to the end? Strategies is what we're all looking at now. But Batman's first goal will be to catch up to the Ferrari in front. Will Mr. Piggy go into the pits now? He's going to lose time to Batman. He's going to lose time to Batman for sure. If he does keep extending his tires as they're going into the pits now. Toberito going into the pits on the hards. I don't believe that was the right choice. If you're going to start on the hards, why are you coming to the pits now? Maybe extending should have been the better strategy from Toberito, but he's going to for another set of hards. So okay, I feel like this might still be a two-stop for most of the drivers because if Toberito is going on another set of hards, definitely going to be a two-stop. But in the meantime, 50 Gent is going to take the lead of the race in this one. When Pot Wash, Wacky Racer, and Iron Shin go into the pits, 50 Gent is going to be your race leader. He is 2 seconds away from WBA. They're all stuck behind WBA now, and 50 Gent has brought himself out in the perfect position. The undercut worked to perfection, but remember his tires are 4 laps old compared to in Adam the Sweet, Toberito, and the rest of them on fresh hard tires that might be able to get to the end in this one. I don't know the strategy, so it makes it quite interesting to guess. As Shazam right behind Rotti. And this is going to be an interesting one now. Toberito with another 3-second penalty. Doesn't have the DRS on the driver in front, so Batman will try to set up the move on him, and we'll see if he can complete it. That time, that undercut has worked to perfection for Batman because when he went into the pit, he was 3 seconds behind Toberito and Adam the Sweet, but now he's right behind them and will be back in contention for the race win here. 50 Gent in a perfect position, 2 seconds ahead of WBA, but WBA slowly starting to wheel him in, same as Adam the Sweet and the rest of the drivers behind him, with 14 laps to go in this one. It's going to be a very interesting race to watch. Pot Wash has now gone into the pits. That's yellow flags at the back for the Mercedes. That's Porodan, I believe. It looks like it might be a mistake from him as Batman is going by. Batman behind Toberito without the DRS. Surprisingly, hasn't settled the move yet. He's not doing the best job to save the ERS because ERS matters a lot when it comes to racing. And if you're not saving as much as you can, especially in these corners, you do not need to use, you need to be on none in Monza in these corners. There's no reason why you should use any other setting but none because no other thing is really going to give you time. You use none when you come out here, you get a squirt of the ERS, use none through here again, then a squirt of the ERS as you head down the straight here, then none again through this corner, then you now put it on medium down the straight. That's the best way to do it, to save as much ERS as possible. Even when you head to Ascari, you can use none if you want to, as Alan the Sweet will be going for a move on WBA on the inside, taking P2 in this one. Oh, but the move is not going to be completed. It will be on the outside on Ascari. What a move from the Ferrari in his home track and giving his fans entertainment. But Adam the Sweet is going to take that position. The Ferrari is going to have the DRS though. Adam the Sweet, who is going to have the DRS? Who crossed the DRS line first? Ooh, as they almost make contact. But who has that DRS? Is it Adam? Is it the Ferrari? Let's stick on the Ferrari to see if it's Adam. Doesn't look like it's him. It's the Ferrari. He's going to be gaining on him. He's going to pick the inside. As all this is happening, 50 Gent is loving what's happening in front. A one stop is difficult, to be fair. If you ain't comfortable with it, why risk it? Yeah, if you ain't comfortable with it, why risk it? But still, to me, just do it. Go on those mediums. When you see red warning, then just go into the pits. A red warning will probably, for the mediums, will probably come like lap 11, lap 12, 13. Exactly what Batman did. Then just go to the end of hards. There's no way hards can't do 3 more laps than the mediums. Hards are better than mediums. They can't do 3 more laps than the mediums. I'm surprised Toberito did go in though. I expected him to at least extend his hards to this lap and come in for the mediums and go to the end. But 50 Gent is going to go for the 2-stop. It looks like after what his TP said in the chat. Seems like 50 Gent might be going for the 2-stop. We'll see how that works out for him. WB and Batman is now going to struggle to get by the Williams of Toberito because he's now into the DRS of the drivers in front. Adam the Sweet struggling to get by WBA here. WBA has been reeling in 50 Gent. And this is going to be a very interesting race to the end. Honestly, I'll do the 1-stop. I mean, I did it and won the race in Tier 2 last season against a driver like Tesco and Free Range Eggs. If you know how quick those guys are. So, I'll honestly just do the 1-stop because it's Monza. It's a straight line, straight line, straight line, straight line, straight line, straight line. That's just straight line, straight line. So, you're not going to lose that much time if you're out there. You're mostly losing time in the corners, but in the straight, you're not losing that much time as long as you're saving ERS. It's not one of those races that there's so many corners that one tire is going to be a problem for you. Batman struggling to hold on to Toberito in front out of that DRS now, which is quite a surprise. You expect a driver like Batman to have that pace, but it seems like he wants to save as much ERS as he can, not using that much heading down that straight. But now he's out of the DRS. That's exactly not what the Kicksauber team will want. When though, with 50 Gent going for his next stop in this one, that's if he's not going to the end. 40, like I said, look, Iron Chin and Wacky Racer have done 14 laps on their hearts, and they're still out there. Like I said, it's you can't do the one stop. They're still can they do six? That is, they've done 15 laps on their hearts, and at the end of this, it's going to be 16 laps. I mean, but even if they will still be in the same position as the other drivers when they do come in for their mediums, and the other drivers have to pit again. But still, you can't do the one stop and take advantage of everybody else doing the two stop. That's why we love Monza. It's so, but if he's boxed that early, we'll have to, yeah. Oh, I ain't got to screw on his strat to be honest. Oh, I thought you were his strat man. But yeah, if he's boxing that early, definitely 50 Gent is going for the two stop. Oh, as if WBA now will set up the move on 50 Gent on the inside. He's almost gone into the back of the Visa multiple times in this race. He's now going to try the move on the inside, but can't complete it. He's going to set himself up now, and this might give the opportunity finally for Batman to get back to the drivers in front. He's lost so much time to the drivers in front. What is going on with Batman today? As the Kicksaubers this week have been nowhere to be found. All the pace that you expect them to have has been nowhere to be found this week. And hopefully next week is an improvement from the team. But 50 Gent is now still keeping his car ahead of WBA. Driving from him and now has the DRS to the drivers in front. So that's even going to be better for the Visa RB of 50. WBA still struggling to get by him. Adam the Sweet wants to set up the move on the Ferrari. He's going to set up the move on the Ferrari. Going to go for the move on the Ferrari on the inside. And this time around, he finally clears WBA. Batman is still trying to catch up to them. But as WBA, as Toberito is off track there, that's a lot of time lost. And that is going to give the chance for Batman to get back into the DRS. Very lucky from Batman there, as he's now back into the DRS because of the mistake from the Williams of Toberito. WBA Alex will set up his move from Adam the Sweet, but can he complete it? Adam the Sweet now wants to get by 50 Gent. 50 Gent wants to get by the Alpine. They head down to turn one. Will 50 Gent go for the move? He will. Down the inside. Alpine's covering off the inside there. 50 Gent can't complete that move as he covered off the inside. And they are going to be pushing here. Wacky Racer staying out for a long time. This is actually giving the advantage to his teammate, Iron Shane, who has now gone into the pit. And lots of the drivers behind Wacky Racer are still going to have to go into the pit. Nice setup for the Alpine team. But Wacky Racer is now off track. Hopefully that's not damage on the Visa RB. No, he can't pick the inside there. Is he going to? Don't make contact. Nice move from 50 Gent. He clears Wacky Racer. Wacky Racer, no, he's not going to give it up though. 50 Gent knows better than to fight that. He gives it up. Somebody's wing just flew off there. I believe it's the Ferrari of WBA. That's going to make it even more difficult for him. But 50 Gent will take the lead of the race. Wacky Racer wants to go for it down the inside. He goes for it. Oh my god, that was almost like, remember what happened in Monza in Tier 1? That was almost like deadly. And the deck, he almost just took out a Visa RB again. Very close. I say what happened to Carly? He just retired. He just retired at like early in the race. Oh my god! As the Haas almost going into him there. Crazy events going on here as all these drivers are very close. Alpine going to the pit. 50 Gent going to the pit. That is his last stop of the session. Batman now will take P2. What's he doing as he's going into the Williams? He's drifted into the Williams there. Is that damage on the Williams car? Luckily for him, the Williams driver can't keep going. That's not the best way to make an overtake from Batman, but he's now cleared Toberito as he's 1.1 seconds behind Adam the Sweet. He's now into that DRS, and these two definitely will be stretching their tires to the end of this one. 50 Gent has gone in for his last stop here, and he's out in P9. Iron Shin, where's Iron Shin? Where did Iron Shin come out? Consider his name in P7. Interesting. We'll see where he does finish. 50 Gent 7 seconds behind him with 9 laps to go in this one. I say a lot of carnage, man, a lot of carnage. Luckily for Batman there, Toberito, no damage on him, and he just can't keep going because that would have definitely been trouble for him. As Adam the Sweet now is going to be under pressure from Batman. These two are back to leading the race. I want to see exactly what happens. Rotti has gone by his teammates. Shazam and Rotti are working well together. These two have been together throughout this race. I want to see exactly what they can do. These two are going to the end for sure. I don't see them coming into the pit in this one again. If they do come into the pit, that will be the dumbest decision because we've already seen the Alpine do 14 laps on the hard, so they can definitely go to the end on this one. Batman is now going to set up the move on Adam the Sweet in front. Probably not the best option to keep using your ERS as you know the driver in front does not have the DRS. You can even use none behind him when he doesn't have the DRS and you're still going to gain on him and be recharging as you do so. So that's probably the best way to use, as Toberito is 2.2 seconds behind, that's probably the best way to use your ERS when behind somebody that doesn't have the DRS now. Now, Adam the Sweet will stay in front of Batman in this one. Who is going to be a race winner between these two? These two are definitely going to cross the line first in front of everybody else. How much can 50 Gents recover his race is the question. Pot Wash is definitely going to go in one more time. I'm not sure about Iron Chin, but I know Pot Wash is going to go in one more time in this one. As Silky says, lock in 50. 50 is definitely locked in. I feel he'll still get a top 5 in this one. Rotti probably has to come into the pits. I'm not too sure. But we'll see at the end. A lot of drivers in front of him have penalties. Pot Wash he's easily gaining on Pot Wash now. So let's head back to the front. These two are still staying where they are. I think at this point of the race, trying the 2-stop would be very dumb from these two. They have to go extend it and they have to just do the 1-stop. They pitted on lap 12 for hard tires, so it's definitely a 1-stop that they're planning on doing. But Batman now has the momentum. He doesn't have enough ERS in that car yet to get past out in the street, but he's going to go to the right now. Hopefully he doesn't drift too early on out in the street this time. He doesn't. Nice and clean this time from Batman as he takes the lead of the race. Exactly what the Kickstarter team desperately need in a week that has not been the best as Adam the Sweet and Batman are switching places. Where is 50 Gent now? Back up to the top 5. Like I said, he will easily make it back to the top 5, I believe so. But where will he finish as he's now 11 seconds behind the top 3? So I don't think he's going to catch up to them, but he might catch up to Iron Chin. We will see. But if he does end up finishing in the top 5, it's still a good day for Visa RB and 50 Gent. And they will definitely want that. But Batman now is going to be under pressure from Adam this week. Does he have the pace to pull away from Adam? We will see on lap 20 of this one. They're about to start lap 21. Shazam right behind Kez and Porodan right behind WA. Porodan in P9 can't still recover a top 10 in this one. Another driver I'm honestly have been impressed with since his debut. He's also doesn't have a penalty, so that's going to be an extra 2 points for him if he does finish without it. As Kez has been overtaken from Shazam, what is Tiamat Maddock doing in our session? That's probably not the real Tiamat Maddock. If it is, what are you doing here? Please leave. And as Rotti now will get by Kezinator. Oh, you guys saw that, right? You guys saw Tiamat Maddock joining our session and leaving immediately. Maybe it's a raid. If it's a raid, that'll be absolutely lovely. But as we head back to the front now, the top 2 definitely are going to be your 1-2 in this race. But who is going to be a winner? The Haas has taken back the lead of the race. The Mercedes is in a good place to finish on the podium as the driver behind him on the mediums is not going to have enough tire life to catch up to him. He has a Visa RB driver on the hards behind him on Chin. And this is going to be interesting to see as we head to the final race, as we head to the ending of this race. Batman 9/10 away from Adam the Sweet. Adam the Sweet showing that pace that he has, and he wants to run away from the DRS of Batman, but Batman is doing enough to keep him in that, and they are definitely going to be finishing on the podium. But who is going to be your winner is the question. As Wacky Racer out there on the mediums, a good stop from him. He's one of the ones who extended his hard to 15, 16 laps and is out there in P6 on the mediums. Can he catch up to 50 Gent is the question, but he still has that 3 seconds he has to worry about. He needs to catch up to 50 Gent and overtake him if he wants to finish. And pull away from him if he wants to finish in the top 5 in this race, Wacky Racer. But it doesn't seem like he has the pace. It seems like 50 Gent is just a bit stronger on the pace here. Batman has fallen out of that DRS so it seems like the guy with the pace, the guy with the drive is Adam the Sweet. He has the race win in his grasp here, as Batman now just has to hold on for a P2 in a day that he doesn't have the advantage of having a teammate here, as Cousinator will now go into the pit on his hard tires. 5 laps to go in this one. Batman losing so much time to Adam the Sweet in front and also to Mr. Piggy behind. I'm surprised the pace of Batman today, honestly. He's been saying that his pace has been strong, but it hasn't really shown. But he's still up there in P2. That's how much expectation I put on Batman. He's still up there in P2, and I'm saying I'm surprised about his pace. That's how much expectation I put on him. So there's yellow flags at the back, I believe. WBA has made a mistake. As the Ferraris. Oh my! He's gonna go into the wall. Let's not watch that. Let's not watch what's happening there. Is that a safety car? That's gonna be a safety car. Oh my days! The WBA just purposely caused a safety car, or what? Or was he just trying to turn? I don't know. The stewards will handle that. Batman will also go into the pit. Soft tires for sure. As 50 Gent. Will he stay out? Is the question. Will he decide to take track position in this one? Probably pointless because everybody's going to go into the pits for softs. And if he does decide to take track position instead of going into the pits, definitely going to. Oh, as Batman goes for mediums. Interesting. Oh, they probably do not have the softs. So mediums. 50 Gent decides to stay out. So 50 Gent wants track position. He will get ahead of Batman in this one. 50 Gent wants that track position, but he's going to have a lot of fresh tires behind him. And this is going to be a very interesting end to the race. 10-second penalty for Shazam. 50 Gent chooses track position over anything else. And we'll see exactly how this is going to turn out for the Visa RB. Like I said, he always finds his way back on the podium. Toborito is in the perfect position to hold the drivers behind for 50 Gent to finish on the podium because Toborito has that penalty. So even if he does get by him, Batman will have to get by the Visa RB as soon as possible if he wants the race win in this one. So it's going to be a very interesting end that WBA has retired and is now out of the session, retiring in the pit lane. Probably a safety car that Adam the Sweet and Batman definitely did not want, because that just puts them back into the pack. They were definitely going to seal a 1-2, but that just puts them back into the pack. Well, this here, there's still a Ferrari on track. Okay, so they're going to come out to the pits, then retire. That's what usually happens. At this point, if you don't have a penalty, you're in a perfect position. Let's see their warnings. Let's see who is close to getting a penalty now and who that's in front. Batman has one extended limit. Let's see if he has another. Just one extended limit from Batman, so he'll be alright. If he gets two more, but who? Let's see, anybody else? Toborito has penalties already, so I'm looking for people who do not have the penalties. Adam the Sweet, how many? So he has one, has two. So Adam the Sweet is one away from getting a 3-second penalty. So that is very sick. So 50 Gent has a massive chance to win the race here. Has a real massive chance to win the race here. We're going to have a few laps of racing. The race is going to resume. It might not even resume on this lap, but they might just have 2 laps of racing. So the strategy to take track position from 50 Gent might work to perfection here. It's going to have those tires that are older than the drivers behind him, but I don't think that matters when it's just 2 laps to go. Even if he finishes on the podium, it's the perfect place to be for 50 Gent. That's Batman now. Don't go into the back of him, please. It's a safety car. Kez is all the way at the back. Would the safety car wait for him? I don't know. Shazam is coming out to the pit lane now. Safety car is probably going to wait for them. So, or it might just do 2 laps of racing at the end of this one. Yeah, definitely. The stewards are probably going to investigate what the Ferrari did there. Maybe if I wasn't on if I didn't go on him, then probably they won't have investigated. Remember when I said back in Australia that they investigate the Ferraris for Crashgate? Because Merck, Mr. P, and I were having the perfect strategy to finish in the top 4. Then the Ferraris crashed and caused a safety car. Oh, I was so angry. I said, investigate the Ferraris. Crashgate is happening. Send them to court. Oh my god, maybe he just wanted to put Slater in the perfect position. His teammate now is in the perfect position. Can't get a top five in this one because two drivers in front of him have penalties. And if he makes a few overtakes, he can't do so. And they are gone now. Adam the Street has gone very close to Toberito. To Batman is Toberito, but I don't think he will be going for the move. Batman will look for it on 50 Gent, but he wouldn't go for it because he's not close enough. DRS is going to be enabled at the end of this one. How much as Rotti and Iron Shin are side by side now? Iron Shin will get by Rotti as the safety car didn't allow Kers to catch up or Shazam. So unlucky for those two drivers, but everybody else has caught up. Slater now under pressure from the Mercedes of Porodan. In front, we have Toberito and the Mercedes going wheel to wheel here. Will they make contact? No. Clean racing as the Mercedes of Mr. Piggy clears Toberito. Into P4 he goes, and his next chase down is going to be Batman in front. 50 Jet has lost the DRS to Adam the Sweet, so Batman can't set up the move on 50 Gent. He knows that he's going to have the DRS on the next lap. He sees Mr. Biggie behind him. It's going to be under pressure from him. 50 Jet can't still get this podium. All he has to do is hold it. But Adam the Sweet can't still get this win. He is going to get this win as looking at how this race is going. Batman is going to get ahead of 50 Gent. He doesn't want to use the DRS. He wants to get ahead of him before that DRS zone because DRS is going to be enabled now. He wants to set up the move on Alan Sweet at the end of this one. He wants to win this race. Can he put enough pressure on the Haas in front to get a second penalty at the end of this one and finish at the top of the podium? We will see Potwash now overtaking Slater up to P10. The Ferrari dropping out to P11. Iron Shane and Piggy. Iron Shane getting past Piggy. Piggy has damage on his car. 50 Gent is off track. 50 Gent off track, losing places down to P5. He's going to be under pressure from the Red Bull now. Was that contact between him and Batman, or was that just a mistake, an unusual mistake from 50 Gent as behind him, making contact in front of him at the Alpine and the Mercedes? 50 Gent now is under pressure from the Red Bull on the final lap of this one. Batman can set his move up on Adam the Sweet. He will have that DRS. These two are still the front two, and here we go. They are going to head to the final lap. Piggy will set his P3. He wants to continue his championship fight. Adam and Batman, though, will extend his championship lead at the end of this one. But let's see, 50 Gent down to P5. He's going to be under pressure from Rotti. Rotti going round the outside is Toberito. Clears Rotti as they head to Ascari. As Toberito is now off the track, and he will lose more places now. And he's going to get behind even the Mercedes of Porodan. And right now, the Mercedes are scoring the most points. Porodan absolutely cooking it. Looks like he might get a top 5 at the end of this one. All 50 Gent has to do on this last lap is make sure that Iron Shin doesn't pull away, and he has the top 4 secured. But on the final lap of this one, Adam the Sweet and Batman doesn't have the pace to get past Adam here. He gets the fastest lap on the final lap, but it's going to be one more opportunity for Batman if he wants the race win. Iron Shin right behind Mr. Piggy will set it up. 50 Cent has fallen out of that DRS, but he's in a prime position to still finish in the top 4 and score strong points here. Wacky Racer and Rotti are going to be scoring at back. Wacky gets past Rotti, Porodan in a perfect position to finish in the top 5. All he has to do is stay close to Mr. Piggy in front. He might finish ahead of his teammates, and it's going to be a very strong race from the Mercedes of Porodan here. Like I said, he's one of the ones to watch for the future, and we will see as he sliding a bit there, the Mercedes. He might be far enough from his teammate to finish ahead of his teammates in this one, but Batman is going to try and move on Adam the Sweet, and he can't complete that move. Adam the Sweet is going to stay ahead. What racing between these two? Elbows out. Adam the Sweet can keep his lead. Batman doesn't have enough ERS in that car. Adam the Sweet is going to keep the lead. He looks for the move down the inside. He can't get it done. Adam the Sweet has done enough, and when he does cross the line, he's going to win round 14 at Monza. Haas wins. Our Batman will take the P2, and Piggy will round up the podium. 50 Gent in P4. And Iron Shin will take P5. Porodan in P6. A good finish for him. A strong points for the Mercedes outfit today. Slater takes P7. Wacky in P8. P9 for Rotti. Potwash in P10. Angie Badger will take P11 in this one. Shazam take P12. Toberito unlucky for him at the end. They will drop down to P13. And Kez will round up the grid. That was a very exciting race. Adam the Sweet, drive and a half, takes the win here at Monza. Batman tried his best, but it just seems like Adam the Sweet was the better driver for the day. And that is another win for the Haas man. Where is he in the title race? He's one of those ones that he can have such strong races like this, then in the next race finish in P6, but he's a very strong driver, Adam the Sweet. And let's see exactly where he is in the combined constructors. Yes, he's right there. He's right there. He's caught the points to Batman at the end of this one. Or am I seeing it wrong? Well, actually, I'm seeing it wrong. Haas are actually in P3. I'm looking at constructors. Haas are in P3. Let's see where Adam the Sweet is. Okay, Adam the Sweet is down in P9. Like I said, he can win races. He can finish on the podium, but the consistency is not that high. But he celebrates. The Haas team are very excited with that one. One driver DNF'd at the end, but the other driver grabs the win as Adam the Sweet celebrates because he knows the champagne is going to taste the best. And the Haas camp. Adam the Sweet wins at Monza, accompanied by Batman and the Mercedes of Mr. Piggy. Great stuff, guys. Great stuff. Fastest lap for Batman as he will take that and he will take the extra 2 points for no 3-second penalty. Good race at the end of that one. Iron Shin takes your driver of the day. Most overtakes for the Alpine of Wacky Racer. Let's make sure I get the race director. There we go. Let's see. Did they make contact at the end? Okay, it doesn't look like they made contact. Adam and Batman, or the Batman and 50 Gent make contact, cause 50 Gent win off. I'm not sure if what happened there. Okay, nothing happened between those two. Seems like 50 Gent might have just made a mistake. And that's that. That's Royal Grid rounded up. That's the end of round 14, and we have one more week to go, people, to seal all the gold for the season. Very exciting season here. We'll see where it all comes down at the end. Thank you guys for tuning in. I've been Willie Fernandez. We have been UFRL. See you next week in Tier 1 as we head to Brazil for the start of the final rounds. Good night and goodbye.